Hi, everyone, and welcome to Boss. Boss is my exciting new LinkedIn video content series where I get to interview my badass executive network as we all learn, network, and pay it forward together in this crazy new normal. I am so excited to welcome my next guest, Helen. Helen, thank you for being one of my very first guests on Boss.
Thanks for having me, Allie.
Absolutely. So first, I want to know who Helen Aboah, CEO of Urban Zen, is in a 30 to 60-second Boss elevator pitch.
All right. So I was born in East Africa, raised in Sonoma County, attended Columbia University. I'm CEO of Urban Zen. We're a multifaceted company in the retail, health, and wellness space. And we're also a foundation leg that supports several important causes. We're founded by the iconic designer, Donna Karan. Some people know us for our luxury apparel home product, but we also have a interesting Urban Zen integrative therapy program on the wellness front, which complements Western medicine by teaching Eastern healing techniques to healthcare workers and patients in hospitals across the country. And prior to this, I was a member of the executive team at LVMH, Donna Karan International, and Alexander Wang. And I also partner with the New York City Mayor's Office and Women NYC on initiatives that support the city's healthcare workers and, of course, also to help women succeed.
Wow, impressive. So how do we know each other? Can you tell everyone?
We are in the same chief core group.
How did you get to where you are now? And where did your brain trust and boss network come from?
So my career path has been unconventional. It spans from television to film, retail, healthcare, wellness. So clearly I've pivoted more than once, but I've always had an interest in the business of fashion. So when I was presented an opportunity to work for Donna Karan International within LVMH, I seized the opportunity. I went from the manager of executive operations, which is the business unit, to design operations manager, the creative unit, to the global director of merchandising and product development. I then went to work for Alexander Wang. Now I'm here as the CEO of Urban Zen. My brain trust and network was built along my journey. So it took, of course, in the beginning, it took active work on my side, right? Looking for those who were willing to mentor and be that support network for my career, like my personal board of advisors. And they include CEOs, CMOs, presidents, EVPs from organizations, again, that I've worked at. And now I'm so lucky that I can add my chief core group to that brain trust.
I love that so much. And so one tip just for people out there, back in 2001, I think it was, when I was switching from investment banking to media, I decided to write CEOs saying a must read or you must work with me, and ended up in conversations with them. And this was prior to LinkedIn, prior to Zoom calls, just because I think it's overwhelming for people too to how do you find a CEO and actually talk to them?
Right. And you'll find that a lot of them are willing to talk.
So switching gears a little bit, in your opinion, what are the most important leadership qualities for executives today?
Today, specifically, I would definitely say the ability to understand matters in and outside of work. We leaders obviously have a keen understanding about business, right? But due to this pandemic, we're seeing more than ever that work is running into an employee's personal life. Again, a lot more than in the past, and it can be detrimental to business and employees if leaders aren't jumping ahead of it, aren't listening to the challenges that their employees are facing at this unprecedented time.
We all know that the world needs more women and diversity in tech roles, data roles, leadership roles, C-suite. The new 2020 Global 500 list, just to bring some data to this, just came out. And according to Fortune, women run just 13 out of 500 of the companies that made the cut. And there are no women of color on that list.
In one word, it's disappointing, right? It definitely doesn't represent the America that we all know, but it does represent most of corporate America, even outside this Fortune 500. So I've said before, if Fortune 500 companies led the way and they were to mentor one minority woman at different levels of management, right? This would change the face of America. I'm at the intersection, right, of women's issues, but also, look, I have two identifiers, right? I'm a woman and I'm a Black woman, which brings its own challenges to the workforce, and you see them in those statistics. So again, I think that Fortune 500 companies have to lead the way here. They need to create these programs, mentorship. It's not just an email exchange, right? Each quarter, but rather a monthly lunch or coffee, weekly or bi-weekly touch bases, allowing these mentees to sit on strategy sessions and the leadership decision-making process. In turn, look, minority women can offer their ideas and feedbacks in these meetings to build on the company's strategy. And at times, and in my case, save the companies from making decisions that are damaging to the brand, the bottom line, or more importantly, to people. And again, I hyper-emphasize minority only because America has proven that still all women are not looked at equally.
Thank you for that. I love your new opinion piece in Fortune. It is titled, "I'm a Black female CEO, What Makes Me Different." It's amazing. Everyone should go read it. What inspired you to write that?
Thank you. I wrote the piece after the murders of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and there was a heaviness, but also there were a lot of many well-meaning friends and business networks who had incredible influence that reached out to me asking, how I think they could help and inquiring about my life experience and how I was able to reach the summit of corporate success. And, with all the challenges that Black people face, in this piece, I answer that question in parts. The big takeaways are, it took personal initiative, mentors and allies along my career journey to bring me along. There's no one size fits all recipe here. There are key contributing factors. And more importantly, that being an ally requires examining yourself first, and then creating these opportunities for minorities in meaningful ways that provide a path to leadership.
60% of job losses in the pandemic, we are in a pandemic, have been women, and the stats are even worse for women of color. How can we instill positivity and really help people find the best next step?
Yes. So I would definitely say, don't be intimidated by the times. Now's the time to actually look for work, because most people are assuming nobody's hiring, so they aren't applying. So go for it.
For working parents, both of us, we are entering back to school season, probably without childcare. 2020 school looks very different for kids and parents. Every school also looks completely different based on where you live right now. What is your advice for your own kids, but also for other working parents?
Take it easy on us. And other working parents, easy on yourself.
So back to the work and parents and school in question, right? So it's going to be chaotic, right? Like there's no way around it. Like this is not normal.
Not normal. And nobody was prepared for this, and nobody's expected it to be prepared for this. But take it easy on yourselves. Look, if you need more support at work, ask for it.
What is the most important skill that leaders need for the future of work in one word?
Agility.
Yes. Name your career role model or favorite boss.
Tim Cook.
Favorite programming language.
Java.
Book that everyone needs to read.
Robert Iger's The Ride of a Lifetime, 15 Years as CEO of Walt Disney.
Favorite TV show or movie?
The Morning Show on Apple TV.
I need to watch that. One piece of advice for future bosses.
Know what you know and know who to ask if you don't know something.
The one thing that you'll commit to do in 2020 to help pay it forward.
I'm actually advising 3 incredibly minority-owned businesses in fashion, media, and beauty.
What do you want to be known for over the next 6 to 12 months?
Empathy.
Yes. And finally, anything else you want to say or share with me to close out this amazing new Boss LinkedIn interview?
Yeah, so everyone, don't be intimidated by these unprecedented times. It isn't the time to stop pursuing your dreams or next pivot, promotion, or salary increase. If it doesn't happen immediately, it's okay. Begin the process now.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, I'll be watching every week.
Thank you, Helen.